A lawsuit accuses Gwinnett County jail staff of using, quote, unnecessary and excessive force on a 23-year-old man who it turns out was suffering a massive seizure. Instead of calling 911, deputies restrained a clearly suffering Chris Howard and eventually left him in a cell alone.
Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis first broke the story. He's back now with the night's new developments. Randy?
Yeah, Tom and Marissa, Howard's father points the finger at the jail's medical staff and the rapid response team, accusing both of ignoring standard practices on how to handle someone suffering a seizure. Chris Howard arrived at the Gwinnett County Jail in February 2017 on a simple marijuana charge, then suffered this seizure while waiting in a holding cell. According to a lawsuit filed by his father, the jail's medical staff and the rapid response team made crucial mistakes that likely led to his slow and painful death.
They didn't do what they were supposed to. I mean, I think they should have maybe called the EMTs when he had his first seizure.
The jail's surveillance video seems to show Chris suffering from multiple seizures, but the lawsuit claims it was one seizure that actually lasted at least 12 minutes. Instead of calling 911, you can see the jail's rapid response team holding down Howard, eventually handcuffing and putting him into a restraint chair, later telling internal affairs investigators it was for his own safety.
He was being really aggressive.
But the sheriff's professional standards unit pushed back at the deputies' claims that medical staff would have been in danger if they had not handcuffed Howard.
You knew it wasn't fighting. You knew it was a medical state of mind. Okay.
According to the internal affairs file, nurses told deputies to take Howard directly to the jail clinic. But instead, the rapid response team decided to put him in this observation cell, where he was only occasionally observed during an agonizing stay lasting more than a half hour. Eventually, a nurse discovered Howard and insisted again he be moved to the medical unit. On the way there, Howard would go into cardiac arrest. When he finally did reach the hospital, Chris Howard would be pronounced dead.
Why would someone watch him begging for his life, crawling up the door, crawling up the side of the cell? How could someone watch that happen and not feel like I want to help them?
Sheriff Butch Conway could not comment on pending litigation, but did say Chris's death was a tragic loss, and I feel for the Howard family. In addition to Sheriff Conway and the rapid response team, the Howard family is also suing Correct Care Solutions, the private company that provides medical services here at the jail. According to the lawsuit, anyone suffering a seizure lasting 5 minutes should immediately be sent not to a clinic, but to the hospital.
The person and their brain are being put under a high stress situation, and when it goes into an extended amount of time, which is over 5 minutes, they're at a higher risk for a multitude of things.
Chris Howard did not have epilepsy. He suffered from a rare genetic disease that can send blood sugars plummeting. While the Epilepsy Foundation of Georgia would not comment specifically on the Howard case, program coordinator Kiana Lawrence says all convulsive seizures should be treated the same. In fact, she pushes that when speaking to law enforcement groups. Call 911, don't restrain, stay calm, stay with them.
So I'm trying to make a change with them, giving that subtle and gentle touch and having more of an open understanding about what's happening, so things like this are less likely to happen in the future. We tried multiple times to get a comment from Correct Care Solutions, but never heard back. The Howard family is asking for a jury trial in this case.
Yeah, and your heart just goes out to them after watching that video, and it comes down to, you know, not only getting him to the clinic, but calling 911 and getting him to an ER.
That's right. Yeah, the lawsuit, we all thought that the issue was that deputies had ignored the nurse's request to get him to the clinic, but the lawsuit points out that that was even the wrong move, that everybody should have called 911 as soon as they saw that that seizure was lasting at least 5 minutes and got the paramedics there and got him to the hospital, because who knows, he could be alive today.
Wow, unbelievable.
Tough story.
Randy, thanks.
Okay.